like I'm gonna post that one day, as a reminder to people, don't give up. And I've said that about the Mystics, and it probably wasn't my time. Some things are just not your time. Things come around full circle. So this Mystic season that I first started doing, it was their 20th anniversary season. Guess what? The very first season of the Mystics, I was a ball girl for the Mystics. So here I am, as the Mystics celebrate their first season, I was a ball girl. As they celebrated their 20th anniversary season, I'm their DJ for that 20th anniversary season.
Turn it up a little louder.
Put yourself on.
What does that mean? The Hustler's How-To Guide to Self-Made Success.
Hey, turn this up, fam. Turn up right now. You know what it is. Free smoke, hey. Free smoke.
TheBobbyPin.com, that's key.
Thank you.
Got a candle on my wrist, girl, I'm passing out. All my money live with you.
I don't dance now, I make money move. This is where it's at.
Welcome to your Hustler's How-To Guide to Self-Made Success. I'm your host, Bobby Pin, and this is another Put Yourself On podcast. This week's guest, DJ Heat, is going to teach us how to be an in-arena DJ. But don't get it twisted. That's not all she has to offer. DJ Heat, since the age of 13, has been taking the necessary steps to be the superstar DJ that she is today. She spent time in radio, DJing for Shade 45 on Sirius XM or legendary hip-hop station Hot 97. Plus, she's been all around the world with Grammy Award-winning artists like 90s R&B singer Maya. And she has become quite the name in DC sports, holding it down for Washington Redskins games, Wizards games, and, of course, Mystics games. So since her resume and accolades just go on and on and on, I ain't even going to hold you no longer. I'm going to go ahead and let DJ Heat put you on game. What up, Heat?
Was that a Martin reference? Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. I just hope they don't do a reboot for real.
Oh my God, why do you think that would be a bad idea? Because I'm on the fence.
The one thing I know, Z, so they do it, they need to tell Tisha and Martin need to do an interview.
To tell us how they made up.
Right, because we had to go through the worst season of Martin ever because of their situation.
Right.
They didn't shoot scenes together, then it turned into a whole spin-off focusing on Pam, working at a record label. Like, come on. It was horrible.
Wait, there was a spin-off?
They tried to set it up. So, remember back in the day when you knew a show was about to get a spin-off, so the episode of the original show was trying to set you up for that spin-off?
Right, yeah.
So, we had to deal with a few episodes of Martin where it was focused on Pam working at a record label. And
right, that's how we met Tyrese. I remember that.
Right, and so I remember that was a rumor that was actually going to be a whole show, like a real show, but then it never happened. But the fact we had to be subjected to that, like, no, we want to see Martin in the apartment.
Right, nobody asked for that.
Right, we don't see Payne working at a damn record company. Like, what the hell done happened? So, no, I need answers.
No, I feel you. I mean, on the one hand, I fully agree. I think this whole we're rebooting and all the 90s action coming back and all that type of stuff. I'm excited for that. I love that. I'm a nostalgic person too. I love listening to stuff from the 90s. I just think everything was better then. But yeah. I also agree with what Candy allegedly said about not wanting to record the new Escape album, right? Which is like, I don't want to touch our legacy. We're already the bomb. Like, we had this.
Right. It does touch your legacy.
Yeah, it's just whack. It's just whack. If you do a comeback and you find a way to find that groove that I would say maybe a Tribe Called Quest found, I think, with their last album. I think it was contemporary enough that you can listen to it now and not feel dated, but it was still true to their original sound.
It was.
So I think it can be done, but it's so delicate, and I would hate to see the Martin legacy ruined off some just the ingredients.
Right. Like, just do. I heard they finalized probably Bad Boys 3. That could happen. Something like that could happen because you still got the same two people with the chemistry, but trying to do Martin, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I blame Full House. I guess I blame Full House because after Everybody saw Fuller House work, so they like, oh snap, Fuller House is success. Let's keep this thing going. Nah, man. So just a legacy, dog.
Yeah, and you know, That's So Raven came back and did a reboot, and I heard that was pretty good.
Oh, for
real?
real?
I'm watching it, so.
I guess it makes us all feel nostalgic, but what the hell? Nah. I'm good off.
Prayers up for Martin. I hope that whatever they decide to do is great. And just like you, I'm really curious to see how they fit this into modern times. Like, do they have a kid? It's so many questions to answer.
Nah, I be like I said. I want the answers of why you accused the man of sexual assault and now y'all cool again. We want answers.
I know, and then you kiss him the first time we see y'all together again in years. You kissing him on the cheek, so ain't that right? Anyway,
right? I'm like, I ain't the man sexually assaulted you. Come on, man. We need answers. Get out of here.
Whatever was wrong. You stupid. She was one of the original champions the whole time, though. We ain't even hit. She's a pioneer.
Right. Exactly. She started it.
Anyway, y'all, I know we done had a whole conversation already, but I need to introduce you to my guest, DJ Heat, everybody, holding it down from the DMV and beyond. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Chilling. Good day.
Yes, good day. I'm excited to have you as my guest. We have been building for years now. I remember meeting you at Studio 202 for with Raheem Devon for his radio show.
Oh, man.
And that would have been, what, like 2012, 2013?
Probably, yeah.
A really long time ago.
Yeah, I drove by that building the other day, and I was like, oh, there was so many memories and good events in this building.
Bruh. I have to thank Ron Dixon tremendously for even just allowing me to be in that space, because that kind of launched my career, for real. Like, my first early access, I guess, as like a celebrity blogger was through people popping up there. So, yeah, man, that was a great space.
Good time.
So, all right, you were already doing celebrity events then by the time I met you, so let's go back. How did you first realize you wanted to be a DJ?
I realized I wanted to be a DJ when I was about 13 years old. Yeah. You know, young, like, I'm gonna do that because I'm about to show my age and date myself right now. So, I remember, I could probably go back a little bit before that when Rex and Effects had the Rump Shaker remix that was out.
Oh.
So we all know Rump Shaker was a big song, right? All I wanna do is zoom.
And then boom.
Right. Right. So there was a remix to it that sounded a little bit different, and one thing that was different about it is it had a DJ scratching on it. It was a part like, come on. And so towards the end of the song, it paid more attention to the DJ. Like, it was a whole part. The song ended with the DJ just, you know, cutting that certain part. Come on. And I used to, like, get real hype off of that part when I would hear it on the radio. And that would start, like, mimicking. And it's funny. I probably have never seen a real DJ in person. Probably didn't see much on TV, but I would start doing, you know how people play air guitar when they act like playing the guitar? I would start I was air scratching every time that part of the song came on. I would really look forward to that part of Rump Shaker with the DJ would come on and just start scratching. I was like, man, I think I really want to do this. So when I first got was able to get my first summer job, because DC had a summer job program, which they still do, is the Summer Youth Employment Program, and you could be 13 to sign up. That was the age to start to sign up. So here I was 13. I signed up for my summer job, and I also did research about how much DJ equipment would cost. I was a big fan of the Source magazine. You know, the Source was dominating the streets in the 90s, and the Source had this record company, this music shop that advertised in there for DJ equipment you could just buy. Again, I'm showing my age. You send in the check or money order, they send you the equipment. So, like, when my summer job first started, I called the number. They had an 800 number, and they had this DJ starter package that they advertised. So I called the shop through the 800 number, and I said, hey, how much is DJ starter package with tax? And they told me the amount. So I wrote that amount down and saved it. I was like, okay, I need to save this much money this summer. So, back then in the 90s, minimum wage, I think I was probably making maybe $4.25 an hour or something like that.
Damn.
So, like I said, I'm showing my age. So I saved every check that summer. And it ended up being just enough to buy that DJ equipment that summer. I didn't spend no money at all. While my other friends, they're going to the carry out with every check. And, DC, we had, every neighborhood had a carry out.
Yeah.
We had this bomb carry out in our neighborhood. So everybody, that was the spot. We all
congregated. What part of town you
grew
up in?
Huh?
What part of town you grew up in?
I grew up in Southeast on Benton Road.
Okay.
So I think the carry out now is actually, I think, a school. Because it was actually a big farmer's market that had these carry out type joints inside. It was the rest of the neighborhood I grew up in at that spot, but it was technically considered a farmer's market, so it was almost like a mini plaza with little shops inside, but it did have a carry out inside, and everybody would go to that carry out. But I was like, nah, I ain't spending nothing. It had a corner store too. I'm like, the only thing I spent my money on that summer was a bag of Rap Snacks, which was like 50 cents. I think the barbecue with my honey, because that was my favorite. That was my favorite potato chip. So that's how it happened, man. Just saved up that money, and I bought that equipment, and it came in the mail, and tried to teach myself what I could. I ended up ordering another video, something else out the source. They had a video talking about, hey, learn how to DJ, because DC was a big go-go town.
Mm-hmm.
But here I am. I'm very much into hip hop. So there was
acting like a New Yorker out here.
I guess I would listen to go-go, of course, because it's played around me, but I wasn't heavy into it as everybody else in my neighborhood that's buying every go-go tape that came out. They could tell you what date a song came out and what club. You hear a go-go song and the hardcore go-go fans oh man, this is Dr. Artist, the Abex on September 1st, 19 such and such.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It was just something about hip hop that spoke to me more so. So I bought a video to try to learn how to DJ and watch that video with my equipment and try to do slams and stuff on my records and vinyl that I would buy with a little bit of money and stuff. That's how I kicked off, man. 13-year-old me.
That is a dope story for real. To know what you wanted to do that long, and I feel like a lot of times people, dreamers, whatever you want to call them, will have those inclinations when we're younger, and either we don't think it's realistic enough, or we allow people to talk us out of it. So to hear that you had that passion at 13, you took the necessary actions at 13 to even get the equipment, it's that says a lot about the kid too.
I don't think most kids would not, not want to spend any of their money because they haven't set out on what they want to buy.
Bruh, I would have been right there with everybody else at the carry out. Right? You got me thinking even now, there's some equipment I want to buy, and I'm still going out to lunch every day.
Right.
I need to take a note from 13-year-old DJ Heat.
I was determined that summer.
I feel you. So, how did you make your way to radio? You are also a part of the Radio 1 umbrella. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
But I know that you've worked at other stations in different cities. So, how did you get into radio?
Well, around the same time that I was DJing, that I knew I wanted to be a DJ, I also had a strong interest in radio as well. So it kind of all happened around the same time. I think music really took me over. You transition into being a teenager, and that's when you start finding yourself. So I think music found me at that same time where I wanted to be a DJ. I was like, I want to be on the radio as well. I like listening to the radio. And it's funny, me and my friends would pretend to do radio interviews. I would have, we all, back in the day, we had our tape deck. And if you had a tape deck with the mic, where you could record yourself, listen, you was doing something. So me and my friends we would pretend to, I would pretend to interview them, or, you know, we would pretend to be different celebrities. I probably could find a tape somewhere of me interviewing my best friend, and I was like, okay, pretend you're Mary J. Blige. and this is when Mary's first album was out. So, you know, what's the 411? So she was huge at the time. So stuff like that, and just listening to the radio, I would write down countdown and keep track of how the songs would change on each countdown, because, you know, people, you know, had different shows to do, probably like the evening countdown. I think one I would listen to in particular was Big Tigger. He would do the high five count. He would do the high five countdown at, I think, like 7 o'clock at night. And I would listen to that, and every night I would write down what the top 5 songs were. And I was like, okay, well, this last night this song's number 1, but today this song's number 1, so it's changed. I'm monitoring as I look back, you know, at the time I was thinking, like, I'm literally monitoring the charts, like probably actual radio and industry people do. But I was just so into radio like that, you know, I'm monitoring the charts, I'm recording stuff that's happening, you know, if a big album is being released, because, you know, there was no internet or nothing back then.
Yeah,
so,
the radio is where you would break that stuff.
Yeah, so I remember it was a big deal when Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style came out. So even though we know how much Snoop cursed on Doggy Style, but back then, you know, radio would try to edit fast to be the first to play it. I remember recording stuff like that. And I was like, man, I really like this radio stuff. And so I tried the same path of me wanting to be, you know, your typical quote-unquote DJ. I was trying to lay that foundation to get into radio as well and align myself with people. I remember in 9th grade, it was this mentor at my junior high school that really tried to help me because he knew that I wanted to do radio, so he knew Prince DeJour, who some people may remember from Teen Summit, but he was on the radio as well.
Okay.
So he tried to line me up with him. It didn't quite work out because I was young. So I didn't understand, okay, to be an intern, you had to be in college. I was just like, you know, I want to do it now, so the things didn't quite work out until I got to college. But in high school, I purposely went to a high school that had a radio program. Shout out to McKinley Tech in Northeast D.C.
Right.
Even though I grew up in Southeast D.C., if you wanted to go to a school for a certain program, they will allow you, D.C. lets you go to a school that's outside your boundary. But I had to make sure I signed up for that program, which is what I wanted to do. McKinley Tech had a communications program, so that's part of my dream of wanting to do radio. Like, okay, I'm living in Southeast, I gotta catch like 3 buses all the way to the other side of town. Dedication is because, okay, McKinley has a communications program where, you know, I learned public speaking. I learned the foundations of radio. They had, you know, TV as well. Shout out to all those teachers in the communications program at McKinley Tech because they were very great teachers. You know, and I was able to get into other summer things where PBS had a partnership with us, and we was able to do some cool interviews. Right, me and my class got to interview Dick Gregory. We got to interview Rosa Parks.
Wow. Like
right.
literally legends. Like historical figure type shit.
Yeah, that as a kid you don't realize as I get older, I was like, wow, like our radio class, we literally talked to Dick Gregory and Rosa Parks and, you know, some other things, and even, you know, back then BET had their headquarters in D.C., so I was able to, they were looking for interns, for high school interns one summer. I was able to intern at BET, but not the TV side, so I didn't see all the good stuff. I was in BET's radio department when I was 15, you know, learning a little something, you know, from the people at the BET radio department. And also another summer I interned at, I think this is when I was 16 or 17, Howard University had they on-campus radio station, WHBC. They was looking for, you know, people to run the station in the summer because, of course, you know, summer all their students are gone back home. And So I was like, okay, cool. They showed us how to work the equipment, and I had my own radio show at like 16, 17 years old. And I had free, and they let us play anything we wanted. And of course, just make sure we had the clean version. Like, so I'm in Howard University's campus radio station. You know, as a DJ, they had records all over the place. Because you got to think, like, I mean, Howard University in the 90s. Like, come on. Everybody's every record label has their music there at their campus. So I'm going through the records like, oh man, I could play this. I'm like, you know, I could talk on the air and stuff like that. And that's where I met, shout out to Two-Face Wild Boy. I met him there because he was a student at the time. So
wow.
It was pretty cool. And then going off to college, Morgan State. And that's when I was able to finally land my first internship at radio in D.C. at PGC. And work my way up. From there, ended up interning for the person whose countdown I used to write down every night as a kid, which was Ticket.
Yo. Like, your whole journey is definitely law of attraction.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's like, as I tell it, like, oh, man, this is like, it's wild.
Yeah, this is a book, girl. You need to be taking notes right now. No, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where I even want to go with this. I have so many questions. You go into college extremely experienced. Like, you had to be cocky on campus. Like, you've been doing it.
Nah, I wasn't cocky at all in college. I was just a person trying to figure myself out for being away. Because here I am, like, college was interesting for me because here I am. I'm a teenager from Southeast DC. And now I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, but not only am I in Baltimore being exposed to all the areas such as, you know, New York, New Jersey, Philly people, getting to learn how they are. And it's weird to me, I started to see just how different DC and PG County was, which is, you know, the suburbs in Maryland. Because like I'm hardcore Southeast DC. Like I didn't know nothing else, and to see how it was weird to me how people from that area would say they from PG County, but me I'm like, okay, what city? Because PG County is big, and it made people. DC population was small, so for the first time I felt like an outsider because you got everybody from PG County, they have grouped themselves together. They don't see themselves as just people from like, okay, I'm from this city. They're like, nah, we're PG County. And it just made me look at them weird and how they would try to act. I'm like, well, to me, growing up as a kid in the Southeast, you know, we thinking y'all got it made. You know, but y'all trying to act kind of tough, and I don't feel like, yeah, it was. So that was the biggest.
How you thugging and you grew up with a 4-car garage? Like what?
Yeah, that was the biggest culture shock.
Parallel park, you ain't hard.
Yeah, that was the biggest culture shock to me to how and at the same time with people since PG County grouped themselves together as like made themselves a force where. Even people from New York thought PG County was a city. Like, people I knew from like the way they talk, you think PG County is a city. I was like, nah, it's a mess of a bunch of stuff. So this is real new to me. And they would try to say that, you know, their fashion, oh, this is how PG County fashion is. And again, me as a DC person, I'm like, this is DC fashion. Like, so I felt like PG County was still in my culture.
By the time I got to college, people, you know, I went to Temple in Philly. By the time I got to school, PG had started claiming DC. So when I said I was from DC, the question is, oh, PG County? No, DC proper.
Yeah.
So I just think that's real funny. That thing shifted by the time I went to school. What's up with that, PG?
Yeah, it was really weird. So I got to witness that. So because of that, I was kind of a loner in college because I didn't have nobody I could relate to. Because I'm coming from the hood in Southeast, I can't relate to these PG County kids at all. It felt fake to me. And you know, I'm not scared to say it at all. Anybody from PG County hearing this, like that's how it was. Like it just felt fake to me. So most of the time I was like, you know, by myself or in the computer lab or on Black Planet, stuff like that, and I was in Army ROTC. I had joined that program, but yeah, I tried to make friends, but I probably have one person that I talked to that I consider a friend that I made in college.
Oh.
So yeah, it was just loner, but you know, it was an experience for me. You know,
well,
yeah.
Well, I guess you were focused too, right? Like you kind of knew where you wanted to go with things.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I guess focus. It was kind of odd because then I joined Army ROTC because it's weird. Every college I applied to was in Georgia, except for Morgan State University. I swore I was going to go to Clark Atlanta because this was the time when Atlanta first started popping. You had LA and Babyface doing their thing and LaFace Records. You had So Def popping off. You had Dallas Austin. My locker in high school, like my seat was decorated with nothing but Atlanta artists. Like, because I knew it was just music. Like, I had pictures of, or, you know, artists that you knew their record labels were in Atlanta. My locker was Escape, TLC, you know, Monitor, Outkast. I found a magazine article that said Hot Atlanta. Like, I was visualizing I was going to Atlanta. Inside of my locker was all Atlanta. But, you know, the finance wise, Morgan State offered the better financial aid package. So I ended up
can't beat that.
Right. So, you know, going from like literally every college I applied to, like I applied to Clark Atlanta, I applied to Morris Brown, and I applied to Savannah State. Again, Morgan was the only college that wasn't in Georgia. But that's where I ended up because they had the bigger financial aid package. And also I had got a letter saying, you know, you join Army ROTC to earn a full scholarship. I was like, okay, well, I need the money. I come from a single family home. It's just my mom. I know she can't afford this stuff. So I'm gonna take a risk. So I signed up for Army ROTC and I did earn the full scholarship. The next year, that was a 3-year scholarship. 3-year scholarship paid for tuition, room and board, gave me money for books, and it gave me a stipend every 1st and 15th. But the condition was, of course, you have to join the military after you graduate. So as they got closer to that, I started having second thoughts. I'm like, okay, I don't think I want to go away to the military. I want to pursue radio. And I think at this time is when I had my internship, and I think it's going to turn into a job. So I was like, I dropped out the program in like the 3rd year. And I joke with people, I'm like, you know, the cost of following my dream is I got to pay all this money back that I got for the scholarship.
Man,
because I broke a contract. I broke a military contract. So I didn't go to the military. All right, all this money we gave you, you got to pay it back. So people look forward to tax season. I'm like, the Army.
This ain't even mine, dog.
Right. Yeah, the money ain't mine. The Army takes it. I don't know what it's like to get a tax refund. The Army takes it all because I'm paying back a government debt.
Oh man.
But I'm like, I just see it as like, you know, I follow my dream because the same summer I went away to basic training. It's the summer I got my internship at the radio station, which led to me getting hired immediately after my internship because they liked me so much and like, okay, we got to hire her. So imagine if I would have went to Fort Lewis instead. Like, nah, I wouldn't have had that internship that exactly that same summer. Like that was like part of my decision too, because I was like, okay, this is the summer where in my major we're required to get an internship. Like I can't miss out on getting the internship, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was college.
I mean, I'm happy to hear the really big decisions you had to make and how you navigated it too. Because I feel like I always like those success stories where I can learn from some of your pain points as well. You know what I mean? Not just this glamorized, oh, it was so easy. I just woke up one day and all my dreams came true kind of story. So,
wow,
my
family thought
that
it was
was
crazy
tough.
too. Yeah, so imagine me telling my family that like I'm giving up my scholarship. So I had to like.
They thought you were crazy for music.
Yeah.
To be a DJ. Yeah. I know they couldn't take you seriously. They was like, what?
Right. And I was in college for 5 years, so I had to scramble for that 5th year to find to get money somehow to try to pay. Like I had a loan taken out. I had other family members taking out loans because I'm like, okay, I'm not covered this 5th year because I gave up my scholarship. All right. So that was a mad dash right there, and they thought it was crazy.
Well, but thank God you had a support system, right? That's awesome.
Yeah. That's why when I do crazy things now, I think my family's like, all right, she's done this before, but if we gonna see something. we don't understand now, but maybe we'll see it later because they're used to be doing things like that now.
Speaking of crazy things, you stepped away from radio for a bit, didn't you? Why'd you do that?
Yeah, man. To say it nicely, I was fed up. I didn't like how I was being treated. And again, I'm not scared. As you learned from me walking away from a scholarship, I wasn't scared to walk away from a situation where I was like, okay, this isn't like I don't feel right in my soul about what's happening and changes that are affecting me. And I think somebody like did an interview like this recently. Like don't put too much loyalty in companies, man. If it's not your own, because they're not gonna be loyal to you. So I'm at this place for 12 years or whatnot. That don't mean nothing. They will treat you however. So I was getting treated because it was a certain amount of things, and something happened that was like the last straw. I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this. And I tell people, like, I think the situation happened on a Wednesday. On Thursday, I told them I quit. with nothing in sight. That's how bad it was. Some people are like, oh, you can't quit without knowing how you're gonna pay this and that. But my soul just couldn't take it no more. And I was like, I'm done. I'm like, God will help me and figure it out. And I was lucky that as I look back to how I quit and was still able to keep a roof over my head for at least another 2 years and stuff. I'm amazed. So sometimes you gotta take that risk and see how things happen. And you still, I'm not saying it was easy because it was tough. Like, it was some struggles and Lord, but then it was some miracles as well. Because I think that first month after I quit, somehow I was like, okay, I don't have no way to pay my rent for the next month. So when I called the rental office, I was trying to figure out, okay, what's the latest I can turn it in without this, such and such. And they did some calculations, and apparently I had been overpaying my rent for a year.
What?
Yeah, I moved in I moved in on a rent special. They said they did calculations, and I was overpaying. I moved in on a rent special that I thought expired, but apparently I guess the rent special didn't expire. So, but I thought it did. So after that special rate, I was paying regular rate. So they're like, yeah, you've been overpaying. So yeah, you actually only owe $213 for rent this month.
Wow.
I was like, look at God.
Right. Yes.
I was like, look at what kind of miracle is this? I was like, can you repeat that again? Then like, you only owe $200 this month because it turns out you've been overpaying.
Wow.
I was like, oh, God is getting me through it. Things, started looking up after that. That was in 2015 that I quit my job, and some things, popped off a little bit in 2015 where I got to, do some guest DJing for Shade 45, but then the big thing was I got to guest DJ on Hot 97, so that was pretty cool too.
Yes, very cool. And I saw you DJing for the Redskins and the Mystics, and you working.
Yeah, things come about the Redskins. I think I did an event for somebody at one point, and it only takes that one foot in the door for other people to, see you and tap in. I think the Redskins one came. I think maybe with trainer. Well, her name is Robinson now. Deanna Robinson, who's the fitness trainer.
Yeah.
I think she was doing an event and they needed a DJ, and she recommended me. And from there, that ended up being, other events with the Redskins would be able to call on me. And with the Mystics, that just happened last year, but I actually had applied like 3 times before and didn't get it. Like, I remember the first time I applied for the Mystics, I actually had an interview in person. This might have been maybe 2013 or something. And I remember, going in for the interview, and they went with another DJ who turns out he worked at the same station as me. And he said, he's like, I found out after I got hired that they interviewed you too. I would have told him, go with you because, it's a women's basketball team, I was like, it's okay. Then it was always other people that would tell me about the Mystics thing. Mm-hmm. So that first interview was because I think they purposely reached out to the radio station asking for DJs. And then another year came by where somebody else said they looking for DJs again, and I applied and didn't get no answer. And then another guy that I know, he was actually a neighbor of mine that lived in the same building. And he does work with the company. He's like, they looking for DJs again. I'm like, so at this point, I'm like, I've been applying forever. Like, I applied for the business at one time, too, where they had you send in an audition video. And I look at my YouTube unlisted video, and it still has 1 view, and that means they didn't even look at the video that I submitted to them. So with this company, I've done it at least 3 times already. He's like, no, go ahead and do it. I'm like, all right, man. So I apply again. And, I actually get a response back, and they say come out for auditions. They had they did it kind of cool way. It's almost like it could have been a reality show how they did the auditions, man. It was, they had us at their arena, and they giving us scenarios, and like what song you play, and this and that. They had, it was like a head-to-head. It was like, I think 7 DJs there.
Oh,
to audition. Yeah, I knew like 2 of them. One of them, I was like, had done it before. Like, well, Chris Styles does this. Like, Chris is the man. I'm like, but I still did my thing, and I got also the Mystics position. And I think they said one thing they liked about me. I'm energetic. I'm a ball of energy. Like, even when the other DJs were auditioning, I'm bouncing around and dancing around. I'm turned up for everybody. Yeah. Music playing, that's also my way to shake things off. Like, I'm like, yeah. And they said they noticed that. Yeah, they said they noticed that too. Like, you just moving around the whole time. And your energy was crazy throughout everybody's audition. and so I got hired for the Mystics thing. And they incorporate that into games. They're like, okay. There's moments they need something to show on screen in between things. Like, hey, we can always show Heat dancing. She's going to do something crazy on camera. They're like, okay, Heat, you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. And so they put the camera, put me on the Jumbotron, and I'm, doing something fun. And so that also led to me being able to fill in and do Wizards games as well, which is, like I said, something I applied for before. They didn't even look at the video, which I still have on my YouTube unlisted, and it still says like 1 view or something. Because I feel like I'm going to post that one day, as a reminder to people, don't give up. And I've said that about the Mystics position as well. Like, I didn't give up. I was like, okay, keep trying. And it probably wasn't my time. Some things are just not your time. As I look back to how I was as a DJ the very first time I got interviewed for the Mystics, I was like, I probably wasn't ready. Like, I've gotten better as a DJ as I'm getting older. And then it's crazy. I'm teaching this online, how things come around full circle. So, this Mystic season that I first started doing, it was their 20th anniversary season. And so guess what? The very first season of the Mystics, I was a ball girl for the Mystics.
What?
I was a ball girl for the Washington Mystics for their first season. So here I am.
Wow.
As the Mystics celebrate their first season, I was a ball girl. As they celebrated their 20th anniversary season, I'm their DJ for that 20th anniversary season.
I know that's right.
I'm like,
the glow
that's
up is so
wild.
real.
Yeah, I'm like, that's wild. Who would have thought? Like, I was like, God, you know, they said they tried to find footage of me too because they said that's an amazing story as well. So shout out to that whole Mystics organization, Monument of Sports. Like, it's a great company. They've been real supportive of me, and I've learned a lot. It's a lot to DJing professional sports, but I've had great people that's helped me out, and it's fun at the same time.
What are some of the differences between being in an arena, I guess, for a sporting event versus being on air or even at a party?
Because at a party, you just play music for a crowd. But if you go to a sporting event, you hear music for all different parts and different elements. Like, when the team has the ball, you hear music play. When there's a timeout, you hear music play. When the things you don't see on TV that's going on at the game, when you see the host or they do crazy contests like having kids race each other or people trying to make the half-court shot, is music for that. When people, when they bring in halftime acts to perform, like it could be somebody juggling puppies, it's music for that. So I have to pay attention. I wear the headset on. If you ever see me post pictures of when I'm at a game and you see me having two sets of headsets on, because I have my headset on to hear what the music I'm playing, and I have my headset on to hear the production crew. And so you got a million. So not only I'm paying attention to the game, I think about what I'm going to play in certain situations, and you learn about certain songs that work. You got to keep the crowd. Music gets the crowd involved. So you got to think, this happens, like, what song am I going to play? Like, I got to think, like, 3 steps ahead. And not only, okay, what song I'm going to play here, but then we got something that's going on right after that has a song for that. And then when we come back, there's a song for that. So you got the production crew. It's like about 10 different voices going on. And you got to, listen out to where where somebody's actually speaking to you.
Oh my gosh,
it's the whole production crew, like, talking to each other. Like, it's the visual crew, it's the audio crew. Like, it's everybody talking to each other on that headset, and I'm using, 2 different computers, too, because I have my regular DJ set up for, playing actual music when people coming in, doing the regular DJing. Then I have a second laptop for other situations. So it's a lot to it. I understand it's that people can't do it. They don't realize how much really goes into a game.
Yeah, I never would have considered all of that. So.
Nah, because you got to think it is a live production. So, we watch award shows and stuff like that, where it's different elements, where somebody got to be ready to do this and do that. It's a live production show. So it's things going off in the headset, and something may change up, or, there's a special guest, and like, okay, what song can I play that matches with the special guest that's in the audience? And like, I'm constantly researching music and whatnot, like, okay, this is happening, all right, for this contest, okay, that'd be a cool song, because, all right, we're giving away ice cream, okay, let me get a song that's talking about ice cream. So, yeah, it's a lot into it, but I like doing stuff like that, because I always like doing as a DJ, and it expands my knowledge of music and what works for people, or this is the main thing that went viral during the Mystic season. So the arena had a leak. So when the water, it was raining real bad, and the water was leaking on the court. So here's the thing where he just played music to keep the crowd from losing their energy. So I'm playing some music, and then the players from both teams, they get into it, and there was a dance battle between the 2 teams on the court, and it went viral.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that on the internet.
That was me. I was with the DJ.
Yo, I did see that. They were turned up for real. They went on for a nice little minute too.
Yeah, because it was about a 20-30 minute delay. So here I am in a different situation. Like, I got to keep not just the crowd's energy up. I got to keep the team's and both teams' energy up. So I'm just playing. I treated it. I'm all right. I'm keeping it like a cookout. So marble. It was, and to see how viral it went. Like, it was on Sports Center and, you know, WNBA page and this and that. And it was crazy. And
That is awesome.
you gotta be ready for stuff like that. Like, you never know. I was like, oh, wow. Like, this dance. And I saw reporters talking about it because they're like, oh, the DJ just dropped Before I Let Go and my heart is just I was like, oh. So it was cool. You gotta be on your toes as a DJ in sports for any type of situation.
No, that's awesome, and I definitely see how experience is a key factor to being ready for an opportunity like that.
Yeah.
How?
Like I said, it's like, I probably made me do it that first time I got interviewed.
So, how did you end up in Australia and all around the world touring with Maya? Tell me about that.
I met Maya while working in radio. And you know how it can be in radio, sometimes you click with an artist and you never know, like, oh my gosh, like, I met this artist, he's cool. And that's a wild story as well, like how it first happened. So I met her from doing radio, and so, you know, just in passing over the years. So in 2016, she was having a show at the Howard Theater in D.C. And I was like, okay, I've known her these years, but I never got to see her perform in person. So me and my friends bought tickets to the show. The week of the show, I actually get a text from Maya, and Maya is like, hey, I have a show at the Howard Theater this Friday. I know you're probably busy. Can you recommend a DJ for me for the show? And I told her, I was like, well, coincidentally, I had already bought tickets to the show and was coming out anyway. So, like, I could be the DJ. I was going to be there anyway. I could just give, you know, my ticket to another friend, and my friends could be there watching me, too. So it popped off like that. It just simple, just from doing one show at the Howard Theater, and then it became just, you know, text like, are you available on this day or that day? And actually, before we even did the Howard Theater show, she was starting to give me other dates. So before she even heard me,
wow,
to see how I could rock with her at the Howard Theater, she was like, well, I guess let's see if she could do these other dates with me. And it went like that, like, hey, are you available to go to Kenya? Are you available to go to this? So that first year, I guess, you know, I did, you know, that Howard Theater show went well. You know, the chemistry and everything was good. So, you know, went for the other places. It was Kenya that year, and then Australia a few months later, and then it's wild. And then, you know, we got some more dates popping this year. She's officially celebrating. It'll be 20 years that she's been in the business.
Wow, yes.
This
She
month,
still looks so good. She sounds good. She still got the boobs. Like, yes, I'm here for
that's
it.
that vegan life she living, man. That's that vegan life. She take care of herself, and her energy is great. She's like, you won't see her get mad at us. Like, the one thing from like traveling with her, I was like, man, she's like nice as hell.
Oh.
She's nice as all. She's not gonna turn nobody down for a picture. She's not gonna look like she's having a bad day. It's amazing. I was like, this girl is not human, man. I'm like, she is not human. So when you put out that good karma, you know, you get it. And I guess, you know, you stay looking young as well, too. So, yeah, I think like February 14th.
She's got all that hate in her heart.
Yeah, she's not like that. She's a real chill person. So it'll be 20 years this year. This February, I think February 14th marks 20 years that she officially dropped It's All About Me with Cisco.
Yes! That album was like literally the first CD I ever bought on my own. Like, I just think that's so cool that you like get to work with her.
It is cool. Like, so, like, it's wild. Like, you know, I was a freshman in college, and who knew I would end up being this person DJ down the line. So we're going to Canada later this month. I know we're going to London in March. So it's gonna be some cool things again. And yeah, man. And from there, I also got to travel with an artist from the area named Carolyn Malachi.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've traveled with Carolyn. We were in the Middle East for 3 weeks in October. For 3 weeks we went to 5 different countries.
Wow.
On the
Now,
Armed Forces tour.
Jazz?
She's jazz, R&B, so yeah, jazz, R&B songs, but you'll be surprised, like the show that we gave for the military, because we was part of the Armed Forces Entertainment Tour.
Okay.
So we incorporated some real dope things. Like one of our favorite things was how we did like a version of Bodak Yellow by Cardi B. So we rocked out, or it was mixes where we trapped it out, or one of her favorites. She really loves Gucci Mane, and one of her favorite Gucci Mane songs is Lemonade. So Carolyn's like super talented, like her voice is amazing, and she can play instruments as well. So she had this. We would call her like Kanye. We had like Kanye at one point would have like his MPC and doing all types of crazy stuff. So on this Armed Forces tour, Carolyn not only would sing, but she would make beats on her iPad. She would have that set up, and she had this mini keyboard thing called a Moog. So it's from 1 minute she's making a beat on the iPad, and then she's playing along to Gucci Mane's Lemonade on the keyboard. And I wish we had like more video of that stuff, man. It's crazy, and I hope we get to do more stuff like that, because I know some people might think like, yeah, she got those soul jazz roots, but she could get ratchet too, and it worked, and it was, and the troops loved that overseas, because they didn't know what they was expecting. They said they were gonna put videos on YouTube, so you see anything. Or you see her YouTube videos, like, okay, we're going to do, some soul, but then next thing you know, we dropping it low. Doing so other things.
It's like a well-rounded show.
It was a well-rounded show. There was a few times where some people swag surf went down, and we had the electric slide went down. So things, it was a nice tour, man. It was a real nice tour. And with her, I know we're going to St. Lucia in May. Among some other places, hopefully. So, yeah, I'm happy for this.
If I ever need a photographer or a videographer, I'll let y'all find
okay. Listen, girl power. We all about that girl power over here. We'll definitely let you know.
So, what advice do you have for the modern hustler?
Those of us that are getting older, like, I'll be 40 next year. But I'm not done with this game, and people are showing me that you don't have to outgrow it. DJ Khaled is the biggest example. DJ Khaled, reinvented himself because he adjusted to how Snapchat is. And this man
constantly evolving.
Yeah, this man has finagled Snapchat to where he is now. Plies did the same thing. Plies did it with his Instagram videos. We had counted Plies out. Yeah. And now he through his Instagram videos, and at the same time, since he knows that, people find him funny on Instagram, even the songs he put out are even got a little humor to it.
Mm-hmm.
That ran off on the plug twice. He's doing a crazy dance that took off. He's doing something funny and comical that's going to stand out his songs now. Even the new song he got, It ain't the Plies that we grew up knowing, but he knows that, my humor on Instagram is what caught people, so let me adjust my music to have even a little bit of humor or something in my music that's going to stand out as well. So they're all older, at that same capacity. You just got to adjust, man. You have to. Again, using like Elliott Wilson as the example. This man has adjusted through everything that he's done, and nobody's gonna say he's too old to do something. We look at people like, C the God. He's adjusted through everything. Joe Budden, we could go on and on. So that lets me know, even though I'm about to be 40, all these people that are my age or older, they readjusting and reinventing as well, and that's how you're gonna keep staying relevant and whatnot. Yeah. So you gotta constantly study this game. You can't get comfortable, and you can't keep doing the same thing that you've been doing. What they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. Then you're gonna get different results. You're not. Yeah. You can't be insane. You gotta change up and go with it and constantly learn. Like I said before, like I feel like I'm continuously getting better as a DJ. Because how I approach music and doing things and listening to things. Like, I was up last night, getting some music ready for when I play the throwback mix again this week. Because I'm like, okay, I really want to, hit people. Like, I'm like, okay, this song was okay, but I want a song that I'm going to throw in some throwbacks that people forgot. That's still going to make you say, damn, like, oh, man, I remember that. This is the shit type of thing. Like, that's your typical joint. So, like, you just got to study everything. So I'm always, studying the music, how things are adjusted. I'm paying attention to everything on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, how people adjust to that, what content people are soaking in, how they're doing it. It's like all of that. The game has changed so much. You just can't be what your job description says anymore.
Yeah.
Especially in entertainment. I can't just be a DJ. I can't just be a DJ no more. I gotta be my own marketing and promotion person. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I can't just show up for a gig and DJ. Yeah, it doesn't work that way no more. You can't just do that. These people want to see like, okay, well, can you do this on social media? Can you do that? Well, what can you do different instead of just what your job description says? Your job description in music means, in entertainment means nothing no more. You gotta be 5 other things wrapped into that. And you suffer and go. Yeah.
And I see the people who are keeping up, and I see the people who are going to get left behind because they are being resistant. So
right, they don't want to adapt. And like I said, I have to adapt. Like I'm still got some longevity in this. I'm going to adapt because I want to stay around. And it's sad, like it's some other DJs that I know and see, and they probably wonder why they are where they are. They're not adapting. You can't. You're not adapting. You can't complain about young people doing this and that if you're not adapting. You can still do the same thing. Like I can still relate to and vibe with these younger people, and I can vibe with my age group as well. I can adapt. If Diddy out here can still do it and adapt, then anybody, all these other people can adapt. If you see the ages of the people that work in the labels that's pushing this stuff out, they adapt. We gotta do the same thing. Shoot, man. So yeah, that's the biggest advice, man. Keep learning, and you gotta. This business is crazy, man. You gotta study it. Always, forever be a student. Forever be a student. You can't stop learning and wanting to be better. Like that's one goal for me this year. Like I just want to be better and keep doing things and be better at it. Like no matter what.
Be better 2018.
Yeah, man. That's it for 2018. Be better.
DJ Heat out here grinding, putting in work, dropping gems. Where can everybody keep up with you online?
All my social media. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram at DJ Heat DC. You can search that on Facebook as well, DJ Heat. Or just the one stop, DJHeatDC.com. Everything. I keep things simple.
Give her them page views one time.
Play ahead, man. Get some pay. Oh, get the page views on DCMomosauce.com. Get the YouTube views pop. YouTube.com for DJ Heat.
All right, plug it all.
Plug it all, man. Gotta plug it all. It's a hustle out here.
All right, guys. This has been another episode of the Put Yourself On podcast. Keep it locked to next week.
Peace.